I am Renson Ramos and I will discuss the introduction and purpose of the factor analysis.
I am Mark Devilla and I will provide an example of factorial analysis.
Good afternoon, I am Vanessa Sherry H. Exulud and I'm going to discuss the uses of factor analysis.
Today, we will discuss an introduction about factor analysis. So the idea is that we may have a set of observed variables. These are variables which may have data on. What we're trying to do is to explain the variance and covariance between the set of these variables. These observed variables are typically affected by a smaller set of unobserved variables. For an example, we may have data on people with insomnia, people who have a suicidal thoughts, people who may have hyperventilate, and on people who have nausea. This set of variables are characteristic of people who are admitted in psychiatric care. These factors may also be affected by unobserved variables, for example, depression and anxiety.
So in continuation, we assume that depression and anxiety is responsible for the variance and covariance of the observed factors. The example that these two, depression and anxiety, cause the variance and covariance between the observed factors. This means that there is a weighting of depression and anxiety on the four observed factors, which is insomnia, suicidal, hyperventilate, and nausea. Basically, the weighting to the amount to which depression causes insomnia can be called 1-1. So, because insomnia is 1 and the depression is 1. And the relationship between anxiety and insomnia can be called 2-1 because anxiety is the second unobserved factor, insomnia is the first observed factor. I should also mention that these unobserved factors can also be correlated to one another. We can think of the variance of insomnia across the sample. It is relating to insomnia to the population or trying to estimate that there is a proportion of insomnia which is due to the unobserved factors. These are what we call the shared factors. We also suppose that there is a proportion of insomnia that isn't affected by the unobserved factors. This, on the other hand, is what we call the unique factors.
So today I am going to discuss the uses of factor analysis in our life. So the first use of factor analysis is to explain the variance and covariance. As you can see, there are 4 characteristics in this slide, which are insomnia, suicidal, hyperventilate, and nausea. And under that, there are 2 characteristics who are unobserved. It is depression and anxiety. As you can see, depression and anxiety can have an effect when a person is undergoing insomnia, suicidal, or hyperventilate or nausea. The second use of factor analysis is for psychology, which is testing theories. In this example, you can see that depression and anxiety is two of the factors wherein a human being or people can have insomnia or can have any suicidal thoughts, hyperventilate, or nausea. The third one is dimensionality. As you can see, there are 4 characteristics which are insomnia, suicidal, hyperventilate, nausea. And as you can see, we lower it down into 2 characteristics only, which are depression and anxiety. In dimensionality, we lower the dimensionality wherein in the first part, there are 4 characteristics included, and then in the end, we only limit it into 2 characteristics, which are depression and anxiety. And that are the uses of factor analysis in our life.